Welcome to the Olga S. Pérez Show. I'm your host, Olga. How you doing? How you doing? You guys excited? Look at me. I can't. I'm so excited. Can't even talk. What's up? Okay. I got tons to talk about. Hopefully we can get it all in. Kanye, the Elon Musk video parody that he fired the Twitter lawyer girl, which we're going to talk about her. We're going to talk about I got to go back to the Kanye thing and the anti-Semitic and what Dennis Prager said, which, I'm so disappointed. But of course, talk about hypocrisy. But see, it's not even about hypocrisy. It's deeper. It's, I think, darker than that. And then I'm also going to talk about the Let's Declare a Pandemic Amnesty article from The Atlantic. I think I could spend a whole hour just on that alone, but you know what just happened here in my neck of the woods, right? The Phillies? I don't know. It's funny. I know you probably know. I kind of heard something because I do live in Philly and I heard some ruckus, but I didn't even want to know. One of the reasons, because I am going to invite, he is actually about to enter the room. So without further ado, I think we should just go right into the Phillies thing, right? Right? Welcome. If you... Wait. If you haven't already smashed the like button, smash the like button. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Make sure to hit all the notification bells. All one. And then share it. Because sharing is caring. It's funny. Somebody made a comment about that, like Karen stuff. But again, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. This is for adults that can handle real, raw shit. So get ready. Start. So you are ready now. You're ready. You've been told. You've been warned. What do they say? Forewarned is forearmed. Something like that, right? You know he's messing it up, but you get my gist. So welcome. Great to have you guys. I have so many things I'm going to talk about too. I'm going to do some shout outs for all the buy me a coffee. If you haven't already, that is the best way besides the likes and the shares and the subscribing for this podcast. You are the one. You keep me coming back. You're supporting me. It makes all the difference. And that's why I'm able to come and be here on time. And the link is in the description below. Thank you. And thank you. I can't thank you enough. All right. Okay. I know. I always do this suspense thing, but isn't that like part of a story or like a good joke, right? It's like, wait for it. Okay. Let's welcome Anthony Brown, the Phillies sports commentator of the moment. If anybody's going to know about the Phillies, it's my man. Hey.
We were so close. So damn.
What happened? Close. So you lost? You guys were on a good streak, I heard.
Well, first and foremost, 8-0 for the Hurt season. I'm for a shout out to Lil Brunson who gave me this for my birthday. But we were up 2-1 game 3, and the last two we got shut out on game 4. We got no hits, no runs, nothing. Just straight up no hit. Just no hitter. So he had a complete game on that. Game 5, as you course yesterday, JT hits a deep center field. So deep, they was so close to being out. And he caught the ball. And he caught it. So now we're down 3-2. Going into Houston tomorrow. And tomorrow is a must-win. We got Zach Wheeler going in tomorrow. But we were so damn close. We had a lot of like opportunities to get to tie. Because we were so close to tying it. And I got home to have a cry me a river drink, which is water. So I had a lot of that the whole night. But I mean, it was the other team was as expected, but damn, he was so close. But that's what happened. That's exactly what happened, bro. That's exactly what happened.
I somehow I was trying not to get anything in my head before us here today live,
Right.
but somewhere I saw just popped out of somewhere. I don't know, you know what I mean? How stuff just pops up.
Mm.
Um, but something like somebody saying something about somebody stole it. You know what I'm talking about?
I
I don't know
don't,
if people are just like trolling or just again.
you talking about the whole like cheating thing or the tip or like the tip thing of?
It was something like that I saw, and I'm like, what was that? What was that?
Oh, you talking about game 3? All right, so I forgot his name, but the picture they were saying that he was like tipping, he was like giving like, cause you know how the leg, the different type of angles that he uses. So if he was going up, it's a fastball. If he's going down, it's a changeup or a slider and all that. And they were guessing, they were like finding out what it was. So he was like giving them the hitters points to like what he was doing, but it's not tipping. It's just they did their homework and they know how to hit them. And it was not just that, but there was the other one they did that the guy touched the grass and he was smearing in his hands, and another guy got a Albert Pujols bat, and so they got caught. So they thought they were cheating and all that. But and I did see some of that too. And it was, I did see that the guy touched his grass. He was rubbing it, and he was like doing some sneaky shit that I saw. But I wouldn't call that. I wouldn't like call that cheating. But they got a history of cheating. They got caught 2017 with the trash can thing. So I mean, it's a.
Why do you
it's
think they
a-
lost?
I mean,
Was it a good game? Was
It was
like
a good game.
like well
It was,
played? Everybody put their heart and soul
yeah,
into it.
yeah, because Reese was 0 for 4. Reese was 0 for 4. The only guy that really didn't really do much. He got like 4. He struck out 4 times. And
You think he was on a bad
Harper,
day?
yeah, he had a bad, because this was an all important game. Not only game 4, but to yesterday, game 5 was the all important game because you win yesterday, you're up 3 games. You're up 3 games to 2. You need one more win to win the whole thing. So now they're down 3 games to 2. Now they got to win in 2 in Houston if they make it far. So this is it. Tomorrow, if they win tomorrow, it will be a game 7.
Oh, wait, so there's another game. So, FYI, for everybody who doesn't know, I don't know squat about sports. I'm not into it. I mean, if you invite me to the live game, I'll go because I like to be in a live crowd. You know what I mean? And I'll have fun. And
Oh, you will love it.
I mean, I've been to a Phillies game before, obviously, but
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know who the players are. I don't keep track.
Right,
But of
right.
course, whenever it's about Philly, of course, it's like, because the energy changes here. When we start
Yeah.
winning and like,
Yeah.
it's such a different energy. It's so palpable here in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
And
the whole
and
the whole
go ahead.
playoff atmosphere, it changes everything because you can see how the crowd, you can hear the crowd loud in your television.
I could last night, yeah.
And it's like the whole atmosphere. It's not just like major league, like NFL too. Like in that biggest atmosphere, that's gonna be even crazier on what they're doing. And like the NBA, same thing. Hockey, same thing. So it's just like every single playoffs in Philadelphia area, it's always going to be like a great atmosphere. And this is, what better way? I mean, we've been missing Red October for 11 years. This is the first time in 11 years that we have Red October. And it's been, 13 years since 2009 since we've been in the World Series. So, and I was only like 19 years old in that 11 years ago. And now I'm 31, about to be 32 in 3 weeks. So,
That's right. You're December, baby, right? Or end of
no,
November?
November
But
26th.
you're a
baby.
Sagittarius.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, fire? Fire in the house.
Fire in the
Leo,
house.
Sag. So am I right? I've said this before because I've been told this many times, not just because I live here and I see it, but I had one of the interns. I don't know. I don't think you met him. I think he was before you joined the charge station. But he said that the most diehard fans, everybody knows, it's the Eagles.
Oh.
Like they go to every city they play. They're like crazy diehard. Like there's no crazier, more devout fan than the Eagles fans. Although we're talking about the Phillies right now. But
Right.
do you think? How about with the Phillies? I don't feel the same vibe for Phillies that I do for Eagles.
Well, this is always going to be a football town. This is always going to be a football town because the Eagles is the first love and then everybody else. I think baseball is the second is behind it too. Sixers, I don't really see that much with the Sixers, but it's getting there. Flyers, it's much more bigger, but still the same way. But it's always gonna be a football town. Always gonna be a football town. Because I'm one of them. You know, I'll get stripped butt naked when we won the world championship. I got crazy when we won it all in 2017. I couldn't control myself, man. I had to stop, even though I got sick that same day. So it's just like now I gotta dial it back. But football, the Eagles is always going to be the number one love out of any other sport. But we still support the other teams.
So are you able to see the chat? So anyway, welcome everyone that's in the chat. Welcome Bass Anderson, Gregory Paul, AC Nelson, Knees Joe. Let's see who else is in here. Jim Cooper, welcome. Who else is in here? What's up? Jeff Prater. I hope I'm saying that right. Every time I see you, Jeff, welcome back. I just want to say hi to everybody that joined in.
I see someone just say the catch broke my heart. I feel the same way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that catch broke my heart.
See, now I want to watch it just because you guys are making me like feel it. Like,
yeah. Well, yesterday was the last here in Philly, so now it's like, yeah. I mean, you got to join. Tomorrow will be Game 6, 8:03. So yeah, it's so much fun. You're glued into it. You can't stay away. It's just like every single inning, it's like so intense. When it gets close to the 8th and 9th inning, it gets so intense because every run is important. So it's just like, man, like you can't stay away from it.
Well. So what do you guys think about Anthony here streaking?
Hey, it was a worthless streak. It was a worthless streak because I waited so long for a championship here.
I can't even imagine. You're such a laid back, quiet type of guy.
See, everybody say that, but when you get to know me, everything that you say is totally out the door. Because I'm totally different. I'm more chill and laid back, but I have fun. I go crazy. Because when it comes to anything,
What's your Twitch handle? Your Twitch handle. We didn't mention that. So this is Anthony Brown. He's a sports commentator, obviously a Phillies fan and a Philly man.
All right. So my Twitch handle
is... Wait. And a Democrat.
Okay.
Because, it's like, Democrats, they're not supposed to talk to other people that are not Democrats. And it's like, and me, I'm like, I just believe in freedom, right? Yeah. If that's considered like libertarian, but not, they've bastardized all this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I think a lot of Democrats, I know that they really think that word is so closely related to democracy. And it's like, no, you don't have a democracy when you can't question the E, which, I'm not going to say the ile.
Yeah. And as
I keep saying I'm going to have cue cards.
Yeah.
Because there's a list. Yeah. And I didn't do it today again. I'm going to do it on Monday. It's like, a point.
Yeah. And look, I mean, I am a Democrat, but I say it on here. I'm not supporting Joe Biden. I don't really like Joe Biden. So anybody wants to know. I don't
like any of these fuckers.
Yeah, I don't like any of them.
Who likes any of the fuckers?
I don't like any of them. I hate Donald Trump. I can say that right. I hate that nigga. I hate that motherfucker. I do. I don't care about any of these politicians because
what about wait. Did you hear the latest? This one guy was yelling at Obama. I think it was yesterday, the day before. And he was like, because he was talking about the elites, and I'm going, I don't care who the guy is. I don't care what side he thinks he's on or whatever, but I actually believe, my instinct is that this guy is a journalist. I think I've seen him before, in fact. I just can't remember his name. But anyway, I had a gut instinct feeling that it's just about calling out the truth. Like the emperor with no clothes. Like, you're an elitist and you're sitting here going, the elites. And I'm like, I didn't know what was about to happen. I was watching the clip. And then he's like, you. And I'm going, it doesn't matter whether you're an Obama supporter or not, or Biden or Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, when they talk about elitists, like, how disgusting, how much more can they say in our face?
Yeah.
Not for me, but not for thee, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like for his 60th birthday party, everybody's there. And by the way, I believe it's like 35 people had COVID after they left.
Yeah.
But he can do that, not us. And
Yeah.
he's a Leo. He's a fire sign too, by the way.
Right. I mean,
But you know what I mean? It's like, why are you talking about the elites, you asshole? You're the elite.
Yeah.
On our money, on our bank account, on our time. It's like, damn, it's like regurgitating. So they're all fucking pieces of shit. Like, all of them.
I mean, they are. I mean, I can say, like, listen, no matter what subject comes up, like the whole gun control thing, I can say both parties is not doing a great job. I can say both parties, including my party, including the Republican Party. Both parties.
Wait. I'm sorry. I just saw this out of the corner of my eye. Jim Cooper, libertarian equals fiscally conservative, socially liberal, and believe in personal responsibility.
Wow. I mean, I learned something today. Wow.
Thanks for sharing, Jim.
I just learned something today. Wow.
I mean, at the end of the day, we all want the same things, right? I mean, we want to be in a safe country. We want equal opportunities. We want not to pay out of their ass in taxes for what, right? Especially if it's mostly funding wars and negative things. You know, we're not helping ourselves. We're not helping really others. We're hurting people. Like, how can anybody stand by any of the politics? You know what I mean? So when I'm like clean house, I just saw a discussion earlier today too with Dave Rubin, and he had a couple people on as guests. One of them was Michael Malice, Viva Frey, and I forget the other guy's name. And it was great because, you know, Malice has a whole different way of expressing and seeing things, his insight. He's an anarchist. But it's funny because the word anarchist means like somebody who wants to fight, right? That's against the system. He's against the system, meaning, but you can self-govern. Like, do we really need government? And that's what I agree with. And if we're going to have a little bit of government because we need somebody to speak for us, right? When we're speaking to other countries, like, you know, like an Indian tribe, for example, right? And then you have the chief and the chief talks to the other chief from the other tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is way, see, if we could take it back to that, you know, like a real wise man, not, oh, you're just elected because you say some shit and we want to believe you.
Right. Yeah.
And the two-party system. What's two-party? So there's only two restaurants in the town. Mexican and Italian. That's it. That's all you can eat. What? They never they didn't create a two-party system because they knew it would work. They knew it would be perfect so that it won't work.
Yo.
We'd have two opposites, that's it.
We're two opposites. Like you just said, independent and Latinos, and you got me on that one, man. That's
Gregory Paul. Globalism is the Third Reich. Yeah. Look, absolutely. Again, and these elitists. No, you little peons. And I get it. Some people don't want to get involved. Some people don't want to think about it. But that's the thing. Like, every time we attack each other, they win.
It's always going to be like that. And that's why I'm just like, it's just so, everything is so dangerous right now in politics. And like I said, I'm going to say it right now again. I don't give a fuck about politics, nor do I care.
Right. But the problem is, though, our life is affected by them.
It is.
That's the thing. If it was like, okay, you guys go over there, as long as nothing changes, you know, and I'm protected and I got my rights and I'm not paying out the ass for you.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing, though. It's like, nah, you're screwed. And anything you do, we're going to tell you what to do. We're going to tell you when to shut up. We're going to tell you how to say it. We're going to tell you how to regurgitate. We're going to take your freedoms away. We're going to make you miserable, make you fight. I mean, what's the positive in it? The fake? The fake? How they're all lying and fake all day, every day. And everyone's sitting there. I'm like, you need a life. Like, you have to have a life if you just get up and like, so what do you think about the latest? Like the Elon Musk thing, which I'm going to get into. But anyway, I just want to know if anybody has any questions or any commentary for Anthony Brown before I go on to my regular commentary of getting hot in the kitchen with Olga.
When you get to Kanye, I got so much things to say about
you want to talk about Kanye? Oh, I thought you just want to do sports, and I was going to say, all right, I'll see you later. But hey, all right.
Go right ahead.
Let's go forward. Okay. I'm going to screen share. So, yeah, because we haven't talked, so I don't know what you're thinking, but you know I've been talking about it. But, yeah this is going to be really interesting there. Oh, wait, hold on. I did this again. What the? How did I do this? I did it last time. It worked. It worked one time. I'm like, again, I don't want the entire screen. window. Okay, wait. Yay, I got it. But no, I'm not going to start with the panda. We'll start with Kanye. How about this fucker? 50 Cent. Dude, he was big when I was in college. You know what I mean? Like, it's my birthday. I'm going to party like it's...
Oh, we in the club. All right.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, shorty. Anyway. And this, I mean, why do they open their mouth? They're actually, in my opinion, not my opinion, these are facts. I stand by my words. They're all getting paid by the same people that are trying to squash them. So, of course, they don't want to lose their money. I saw some video, too, about like Charlemagne, what's his name? Charlemagne? God, whatever.
Oh, Charlemagne. I don't like Charlemagne the God, to be honest with you, because some things that he says is like it, but, you know, it is what it is, but whatever.
Right. So, I mean, no one's perfect, right? But it's just crazy that I see videos of him talking about exactly what Kanye is being lynched for.
Right.
And then 50 Cent. Oh, Kanye West should master the art of shutting the fuck up. Okay. Maybe, now, let's give some credit to 50 Cent. Maybe he's just like, dude, we know the truth, just don't say it. But see, he was having a normal conversation on a podcast. See, he's not supposed to tell the truth then. He's not supposed to express his feelings, which I mentioned in my last live stream and the stream before, where, for example, I have a friend of mine who cannot stand Geminis. As stupid as it might sound to people, it's a great analogy. I can introduce him to one of my greatest friends or whoever that I think is great. As soon as he finds out he's a Gemini, or not that he finds out he's a Gemini, but like if they clash, he'll be like, let me guess, Gemini, right? And 9 times out of 10, he's right. There's something there. He's got something with Geminis, or he has an observation about their behavior that really just rubs him wrong. He just doesn't like them as an energy, right? And I mean, I got caught one day at a restaurant talking, having a lunch with a business I was working with, and I'll never forget it. We were in an Indian restaurant, and we're having this wonderful lunch, and somebody in the table talked about dating a Gemini and how they're crazy and all this stuff, and I laughed. I'm like, look, dude, they get a bad rap, but they're really not bad. Like, everybody has their good and bad. Anyway, so it's funny. I didn't know, but the table next to me, the guy was a Gemini. And he stood up and he was like, all this talk about Gemini. I'm a Gemini. He was like, going to confront us, like, and I was like, hey. And then everybody at the table started laughing. I mean, there was no fight or anything like that. Everybody laughed and we were chuckling. But the fact was that he's like, I hear that. And the person next to me talking about their experience with Gemini, they're like, no, but seriously, man, there's some thing with them with being like, they're kind of psycho.
Right.
and the thing is that if somebody says, I can't stand Geminis, oh, but see, that's not anti-Semitic, because being a Gemini is not a religion that specifically uses that as a scapegoat, which is horrible. Because again, you can't, whether you're a woman, whether you're a person of color, right? It doesn't matter. It's not always that card. Oh, it's because I'm a woman. Oh, it's because of my color. Oh, it's because of my culture or my religion. Sometimes it's you, asshole. Okay? And sometimes,
yeah.
I just like, where is he lying? Anyway, so rapper 50 Cent says fellow rapper Kanye West should master that shutting the fuck up in the wake of his anti-Semitic remarks in this past month. So we can get into it, right? But you can look at the article yourself on Breitbart.
Yeah.
I think I've read the article myself, but it's like, dude, why aren't you supporting your bro here? I mean, even if you don't agree, because see, he doesn't have to agree, because how can he lie?
Yeah.
Is Kanye lying, right? So that's one thing. Then Kanye apologizes, and I'm flipping out. And this was like 2 days ago, right? October 31st, 4 days ago now. You know, Kanye West apologized for false George Floyd claims, compares losing deals to having a knee on my neck. Now, if that's not proof that what he said is, see, if you say anything about these people, you can't have an opinion. Bullshit. It's a free country. Yes, you can have an opinion. And those who are squashing him and those who are not supporting him should tell everybody, like, and they're wondering if I don't know if they took him off of Spotify yet, or they were debating that or whatnot. It's like, oh, did you hear about the GoFundMe? That they did all this GoFundMe?
Yeah, I heard all that.
And then they took the GoFundMe down as usual. Didn't we already learn that GoFundMe's a fucking piece of shit too? Like, oh, so, like, oh my God. See, my cables are crossing with this shit, because then Dennis Prager, which I don't know if you know him. Hold on a second. Here you go. I've used to watch this guy. I got a little tired of his little fireside chat thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part, I know of him, and I had a lot of respect for him. And he's, you know, educated, whatnot, scholared, written books.
Yeah.
And I like the way he talks. And I don't like it because he's a conservative, but he happens to be Jewish as well. So it's like, okay, I thought this guy would have some words of wisdom, but of course, hold on. See, I don't want to. Wait. Give me a second. I'm like, where's this woman? Ah, are you familiar with this woman? Shulamit Aloni.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Oh.
so I pull up a video, and I'm sure you might have seen it rolling around. Anybody watching this, you might have seen it rolling around. By the way, guys, always comment. Leave me a comment. Your comments are my fuel. I do read them. I will respond, even if you're watching this in the replay. And I'll look at your live chats in a second, guys, because I definitely want to have a conversation. Look at this. Sorry.
And there is
There you go.
often when there is dissent expressed in the United States against policies of the Israeli government, people here are called anti-Semitic. What is your response to that as an Israeli Jew?
Listen to this, Anthony.
We always use it. When from Europe,
As an Israeli Jew.
well, it's a trick. We always use it. When from Europe somebody is criticizing Israel, then we bring.
I was about to say it's kind of.
I was trying to get a closed caption so people can also read it. Say that again.
I was gonna say it's kind of low a little bit. I can't really hear what she's
Huh.
trying to say.
Oh, you know what it is? Yep. I forget. So when I screen share the entire, like all the tabs open, just because
Yeah.
I think it's easier, like seamless to go from one topic to the other instead of me clicking out, clicking in, clicking out.
Yeah.
But then I
Okay.
realized I just found out the last live stream that what happens is that the audio, it doesn't do the audio. And I'm like,
Oh,
really?
it don't. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I just discovered this. I know. Tell me if this is better. Watch. I think that's the cure.
Okay.
As an Israeli Jew.
Well, it's a trick. We always use it. When from Europe
Better?
somebody is criticizing Israel, then we bring up the Holocaust. When in this country people are criticizing Israel, then they are anti-Semitic, and the organization
rewind it
is
for
strong
those.
and has.
That didn't hear it.
Often when there is dissent expressed in the United States against policies of the Israeli government, people here are called anti-Semitic. What is your response to that as an Israeli Jew?
Well, it's a trick. We always use it. When from Europe somebody is criticizing Israel, then we bring up the Holocaust. When in this country people are criticizing Israel, then they are anti-Semitic. And the organization is strong and has a lot of money, and the ties between Israel and the American Jewish establishment are very strong, and they are strong in this country. As you know, they have power, which it's okay. They are talented people, and they have power, money, and media, and other things. And their attitude is Israel, my country, right or wrong, the identification. And they are not ready to hear criticism. And it's very easy to blame people who criticize certain acts of the Israeli government.
You can watch the video yourself. You can find it. Here it is. If you can guys read it. There was a few out there. This is one. I didn't find any one that was like really high quality, but you get the point. And it's like any criticism. It's like I still argue the fact that did Kanye criticize? He just said these people own the majority. They do all the contracts. Okay, obviously it's a stereotype. Like there's stereotypes for a reason. Okay, so maybe it's not all of them. Okay, maybe it's 75% of the industry, but that's still a majority. And again, is anybody talking about, hey, why aren't they defending him and saying, hey, we all stick our foot in our mouth or what we're saying might come out wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think the guy was being honest, and I thought that the truth is always best, whether you like it or not, right? It's like, oh, but the jump immediately to the anti-Semitism bullshit, I'm going, and I brought it up in my last stream or the two before, where I literally look, the definition of anti-Semitism, like hate. You don't hate somebody just because you're like, I don't like them, or hey, by the way, it just so happens that most serial killers are Geminis. It just came to me right now just because I mentioned I use the Gemini as a
It's
an
funny how
example
that
of when
works.
you don't like a group of people.
Yeah.
Like, so what? So I don't like you. What? That means I hate you and I want something bad to happen to you? What are you talking about? And you could be Jewish, and I mean, you could be Spanish, you could be whatever, and not like your own.
Right. That's the same thing that happened to Kyrie, because the same thing that happened to him when he liked it. I think he reposted a tweet of some type of documentary of the Jews thing, and he got on the reporter, and I think you played it. I think you played it on the I think it was your last stream when you played when him and a reporter got going after it. And now today he gets suspended for 5 games for the Brooklyn Nets, and that's because the whole thing, because now he's up in the air in Brooklyn, because now they don't know what to do, because people don't trust Kyrie Irving with what he said, because it's exactly the same way with Kanye. I don't hate Kanye. It's just that the things that he says just make me question about what are you trying to say, because I think like he does have mental health, and he has mental health, and I don't want to like disrespect people who have it.
I agree with that, but they also use that, right?
And
So-
yeah. They
But
also
you don't have to be mentally ill to make a
Yeah.
statement that
Yeah.
most of the people running these businesses that have people on a chokehold happen to be a certain group, color, and is that a coincidence? I mean, if you know history. I mean, even when I was a server and a bartender, waitress, and I was in the restaurant industry, and a lot of my customers were of that group, and I loved them. They loved me, but they had a way of being that was very particular, and we would say it to each other. The other staff members were like, "Yeah, because they're whether the other staff members were Jewish themselves, but you know what I mean? We're like, yeah, like they count their pennies, like little stereotypes that in some cases it's true, in others it's not, because again, not everybody can be lumped up into one thing, which is, but what I don't understand is, where did he lie? And the thing is, why is he apologizing? Because now he realized that they had power. He said they had power.
I think like,
so it's almost like a little kid that doesn't think before he speaks. But regardless, if it's free speech, Anthony, it's free speech.
Yeah.
You don't like it, fine. Don't consume his products. But the fact that all these companies are crushing him, lynching him, and that his own people, end quote, right?
Yeah.
Are not defending him.
Yeah. I mean,
and now Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie
where
Irving.
Also we got what's his face? I just saw a clip of him talking about what's his name? Every time I've mentioned this guy's name to you before in the sports. What's his freaking name? I thought I had it pulled up. Gregory. Shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to look at my history because I just watched it. You know who he is. He's been around. Okay, I'm not telling you much with that one. I know. Like maybe I watched it in another browser. Oh, his name is on the tip of my tongue. It was like NFL. No, not NFL. Basketball. Come on, he's a commentator.
Is
he used to be a player.
You mean Charles Barkley?
Yes. I knew it because the last time I asked you the same thing. Yeah, Charles Barkley. I mean, again, like, shut up. The truth is, if you don't want to lose your money and your status, I understand that. But don't go out and hang him unless his boss, his contracts, the guy who pays him and makes his money, and his lifestyle is saying, you better say something. You see what I mean? Like, how many independent record, artists are being pigeonholed, shadow banned, but those who go on the big record labels, who are the majority? Who are they signing contracts with? Who are they exactly? Wait, and then they'll tell you. They'll get on TikTok. They'll be like, "Yo, I made a deal with the devil. My life has never been the same since a rapper." So many of them. It's like what they need to do is say, "Fuck you."
And we got
fuck
so
you.
sensitive.
Like,
okay, we got so sensitive.
I'm not gonna want. I don't want the money. I'll do something else. But that's the thing. I cannot watch this guy getting beat for saying what? It wasn't hate. He was just like, yo, these people are like this. This is what I deal with. This is what we all deal with.
Yeah,
There's a group of people that have the habit or have this much power. You just heard what that woman said on that video, and that's an old video. I mean,
yeah.
I just used her because she's somebody who, hello, she can speak, right? Because she's part of that group.
Yeah. I mean, his friend Kevin Durant came out with a statement today talking about the whole thing. Like, he was like, you don't support it. I mean, and everybody tried to attack KD. He was like, yo, he's like, step up and say something. Like, what do you want him to say? Yeah, they've been boys, like, but still, I mean,
Okay.
With Kyrie,
Let's hear what Dennis says, because this is what broke my heart even more.
Oh,
so many of you are familiar, probably most are, with the famous black rapper Kanye West, now known as Ye, not Kanye but Ye, who has made what really are anti-Semitic comments. And I wrote my column this week on this subject because I've also touched on the issue of Candace Owens, who is a friend of Kanye West and has been criticized for not defending his comments, which he didn't, but defending him and not condemning the comments. And I have some thoughts on all of that. But first, let me just say a very important thing. I want to read to you from parts of my column. I very, very rarely say that someone or something is anti-Semitic. I'm very careful. I wish people were careful about the whole list: racist, homophobic, Islamophobic, bigoted, xenophobic. I wish people were careful. I'll tell you why. Not only so that we don't smear people who don't deserve the label, but so that we don't cheapen the label. If you call too many people racist, which is exactly what has happened, the term doesn't mean anything anymore. And the truth is, it doesn't mean anything anymore. It's true about any term. And that's not good for the cause of fighting bad things. I've written a book on anti-Semitism. I have fought anti-Semitism my whole life as a Jew and as an individual who just hates evil. But I very rarely use the term unless it's deserved. Kanye West's or Ye's words, I don't know if he is an anti-Semite, nor do I find that an important discussion. Pretty much, it's difficult to label a human being something without knowing a lot about them.
See, now that's what I'm getting at. Okay, like
that's where I agree. That's where I agree.
But it doesn't matter. What matters is what he said, and the words were.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. How does that make any sense? So he won't say, I don't know if he's anti-Semitic. He kind of said it, right? But it doesn't matter. Because he still said what? What did he say? That a bunch of Jews are in the business and have a lot of power?
Anti-Semitic. So let me just tell you, this matters is what he said, and the words were anti-Semitic. Let me just tell you, this notion that the Jews control everything, the banks, the media, this
notion, notice this choice of word.
Education, I don't know, whatever else he had in mind. First, it's not true. Jews are disproportionately represented in virtually every field. That's true.
Now, here's the thing I can say about that. Disproportionately doesn't mean that you only need 5 people in power, right?
Yeah.
We got the 1% of the globalists, the elite, that have all the power.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So shut up, Dennis. You're smarter than
this. But Jews are disproportionately represented among Nobel Prize winners in medicine. Does anybody walk around saying, Jews control medicine? Nobody ever says that, do they? Jews are wildly disproportionately represented among.
But see, I still don't see where he's making the argument clear of why exactly is what Kanye say anti-Semitic.
Wait,
just says it is.
Does Jews control the medicine?
No.
Nobel Prize winners.
I mean, again, who's on the board of the pharmaceutical companies? Does anybody take their time to look? Come on, the WF. Just the WEF, guys. WEF. If you don't know, Anthony, look up World Economic Forum. Who the spokesperson and the guy advising him?
Helped the world get healthier.
And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That what his religious background is irrelevant. But he's in a very big position of power. We're talking global here. And the whole world has followed them, especially right into the pandemic.
But somehow or other, the people who don't like Jews for whatever reason never comment on that part.
You can not like your fucking neighbor. What's wrong with not liking somebody? Do you see what I'm saying? You have to prove to me that this person hates your people, my people. You know what I'm saying? Like a man who hates women or someone who hates people of color, right? And they have to say it. They have to say it to me. You know what I mean?
There's people that does that. There's a lot of people that can do that. Yeah.
And what about the fact that if everybody hates you, but they're not allowed to say it, that makes it okay? Like, really? Like, you think people are going to treat you nicer because they just shut their mouth? How is this helping this group in particular? How is it helping them? The people that are
I
not
don't comment on.
You know what I'm saying? The people in that group, Jewish people, that are not in power, that are just regular people like you and me. Right?
Right.
Either, but I just want you to know that if you're going to be honest, you might as well say, well, Jews are disproportionately represented in the media, which is a fact. That's true.
Oh, Kanye was going to say that. That wasn't the point he was making. He was complaining about shit,
a whole
right?
host.
He was venting. He was sharing his thoughts, his feelings.
Including,
You shouldn't be lynched for having a thought and a feeling, and especially in a country with free speech.
He said, medicine, which has saved millions upon millions of people's lives. The Salk vaccine is they say, pretty much ended polio. Jonas Salk was a Jew.
You see, I love this. I had enough, meaning it's not bad, it's great, whatever. But you see, now let's talk about what the Jews did do good. Every group has somebody who did something good.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the neo-Nazis. People that, what they call the white supremacists. It's like, but again, now, I just shared a video the other day, Caitlyn Jennings Struggle Jennings and Caitlyn. And I can't believe I just did, and I heard the song. I've listened to it on replay for the last 24, 48 hours. But anyway, so I shared it to some friends that are from different backgrounds and different ideologies, religion. And I said, guys, watch this video. Some of it saw the actual replay of the live and told me their thoughts. And then others in front of me. And I asked them, like, what do you see in this video? And I swear to you, the one was kind of like marginalized when I mentioned, like, I didn't say anything. He wasn't on watching my replay. And he goes, well, there's a couple things with this video that I find a little disturbing. I said, yeah, like, because I knew exactly what he was going to get at. One of the things he said was the fact that they're all dressed in black. Like, I'm like, yeah. And what does that mean to you? What does it tell you? And he's like, I'm picking up something like mourning, but instead of thinking mourning, I didn't even know, but I knew it meant mourning. But I didn't think anything negative, but he went straight to the white supremacist, or like mourning, like freedom, the flag, like, again, the things that have been brainwashed into thinking that a person can't love their country without being a neo-Nazi supremacist.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know Hispanics in this country that love America more than I've seen, in quote, white supremacist, average looking, the majority of Americans looking guys or girls, right?
Uh-huh.
Especially those that have been immigrated from here, like Cuba.
Right. Yeah.
But they don't talk about that. And I'm sick of this lie that literally when you think you have your own brain and you can make your own opinion, they're still subliminally not realizing how you're being brainwashed. Because I felt the song, and I said it in the video. I don't know if you watched the live.
Yeah,
I said in the
it.
video, I said, if you don't feel something from this, there's something wrong with you. You're empty. You're angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter.
Heart. Yeah.
It's about spirit, God. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the other thing they mentioned was there was a scene where they were using crosses and smashing skulls. He's like, that's dark. I'm like, again, that's coming from you. And the other person was like white supremacist. Like they did see that negative where I'm like, it's art, isn't it? I go, but I don't see what's negative. And I explained to them because I know, because I was born and raised Catholic. Not that I'm Catholic, not that I'm a practicing Catholic, but I was, educated in that shit. And I was stuck in a convent at that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody had to study that shit, I had to.
Right.
Don't even get me started. But I'm sorry. I know you're like, we're not trying to get you started, Olga. I'm sorry.
Oh, they're gonna get you started. I'm gonna push
know,
that
right?
button.
But the thing is that how many times do you see in Christianity, obviously very much in Catholicism, where the Virgin Mary is stepping on the snake? Now, I don't know. I forget if you told me what do you practice?
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say again?
Are you like, I forgot if you were like Lutheran, Baptist,
I'm a Baptist.
Baptist?
I'm a Baptist.
Yeah. So I don't think you guys believe in the Virgin Mary, right? Or you don't like
I don't
have
believe
statues of her like the Catholics do.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I don't.
Right,
I don't
right.
believe in that.
So, but you've seen pictures, you've seen videos or whatever, you've seen it in movies where the Virgin Mary's like stepping on the snake or like.
Yeah.
So, to me, again, because if you know where you're coming from, I'm thinking that if hell is the underworld, Hades, right, and heaven is the other world, the upper, right? If we're talking about levels, right?
Right.
And where's darkness and where's light. And now you have specifically where they did in this video where they use, and by the way, it happened so fast, I barely noticed it. I noticed it, but it's funny how other people noticed that and amplified it, right? Where I just was like, okay, roger that. For me, other things that I amplified was the little kid with the shirt that says gentleman in training.
Oh.
See, it's funny. Just goes to show you. And it tells you where your heart is. You can go to see the same movie, two people. You and I can go to see the same movie and walk out and see a different movie. It's happened. I grew up with my siblings that it happened all the time. And I was like, how do we just watch the same movie? And I don't know what the hell you watch because that's not what I watched. Right? So that alone. So even from the same family, the same culture, siblings and all, we know this. This is science. This is fact. This is human behavior. But with the skull and the cross bashing the skull, I just instinctually, I never seen the video before, don't know who this group is, so I'm not judging them.
Right.
I'm just going based on my own feeling, heart, where I'm coming from. And for me, it was like bashing those who want death. Because Satan, right, is everything against God.
The God, yeah.
So love is God, hate is not God, right? So death, the Grim Reaper, we don't associate the Grim Reaper with the angel of death. I mean, that's a whole nother story, right? But yeah, you see what I'm saying? Everyone's like, well, that's kind of dark. It's like, bitch, wake up. But everyone's so desensitized with all this stuff that it's like, again, it means something now as far as symbolism, as far as politics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not God, not spirit. Yeah. And again, so if you believe in America, you're a terrorist. I mean, everything that's opposite, right? God, America was supposed to be in God we trust.
Mm-hmm.
We remove God. What the fuck is happening?
Shit hit the floor. Like everything going
Bitch, what's coming out? All the stuff that is total opposite, right? The
Total
inverted
opposite.
world, the Satan world. How does Satan beat God or Jesus, right? It's the opposite. So it's like, yeah, let me kill a bunch of kids. Again, another woman just got flagged, got taken down. She was very big, Lara Logan, big reporter. She's been around forever. I have mad respect for her. I don't know if people know this, but back in the whole Iraq thing, when they took it all down, she was there documenting it, doing her job, and she got, I don't even call it rape. It was beyond rape. She was sodomized by hundreds, like 50, 100 men, tearing her apart. Yes.
Oh.
And you don't think that changes you as a person? I didn't even think she was going to ever come back to the business or.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. Like, you can look it up. And then they're going to take her down because she dares to say that we got some people in power that literally want and again, I'm not afraid, but I don't want to say it and get more censored than I already am because it's not hate speech. Is it not? I mean, people do pay for child sex trafficking.
Ugh.
That's a fact, right? Nobody can deny that. But we're not supposed to talk about it because then that's hate speech.
Why can't we talk about it? Like, I don't know why we can't talk about it. I know that people get like, get offended and all that stuff. We can, because as Black people we can relate with the Jews because we both suffered a whole lot throughout the years.
Yes.
We suffered through slavery and all that stuff, and Jews suffered through the neo-Nazis and all that. We can relate to the Jewish people because the way how, because we suffered a lot. We suffered a whole lot throughout this country, and it's going to continue on throughout no matter to the day we die. It's never going to change.
Well,
I don't think, and I hope that
because people don't change, but at the same time, yeah, it's never going to change. That goes. I mean, I'm agreeing with you that because you can't make somebody like you.
Yeah.
But the one way to make somebody like you is be a better person.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be put in that stereotype, act differently.
Yeah.
Prove them wrong. That's what I did too.
Yeah.
I still do it to every single day. You think I'm a blonde. You think I'm a woman. You think I'm this. I'm going to show you the opposite of whatever your stereotype is. I'm very conscious of this. Yeah. So fuck you. Like everybody that's like, oh, you said, get over yourself. That's the point of free speech. Grow some thick skin or learn history. Have compassion.
Right.
No, but now the Christians are considered terrorists. Anthony?
Oh, yeah.
That's including you, right? Anybody who believes in Christ. Listen, or in God. Now we're all terrorists. Perfect.
If Christians deserve it, if we terrorists, then we'll tear this motherfucker down. If we gonna do that, like then you won't here for a world awakening. But to your point, when we go to our jobs, when we have coworkers, we're gonna get hated no matter what we do.
Right. Right.
No matter what we do, if we go to our jobs, people say this because they'll talk bad about you behind your back. But then when you go towards that person, oh, I didn't say anything. Like, come on, bro. Like, I had that so many times.
Not to cut you short, but I have another live that I'm doing right after this. And I definitely want to, because somebody, I think it was AC Nelson, who commented about this video. And I'm like, it was made up, right? I think if you're still in the chat or you watch this replay, I am going to read your chats like right after I go out. But Anthony, I don't know if you want to stick around for this one because I'm going to wrap it up after this.
Hey, let's do what you
do.
Do.
Elon, did you watch this video?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, so there's a bunch of articles, but yeah, like I can't. So parody video falsely shared as Elon Musk fired Vijay. I can't believe I said Vijay. And that wasn't even on purpose. You know what I mean? What are you're gonna lynch me because I said Vijay?
No, you can say vagina. It's okay.
Was it Vijaya, right? Vijaya. That's how I would say in Spanish. Vijaya. God. God day. On air. Okay. So I saw it. Yeah, I saw it like moving around a couple days ago. In fact, here is. So this was an article if you guys want to look that one up. But AC Nelson, is this what you were talking about? Let me see. I mean, I thought it was really well done, but clearly it's fake. Everybody knew that, right? But yet I'm seeing all these people on Twitter like they took it serious. Like this guy right here. You see this? Footage. Elon Musk fired Twitter's head of censorship via God on air. Exclamation. Bye-bye. Hashtag Elon Musk. Hashtag Twitter. And I'm like, I didn't see it here. I think I saw it. Somebody must have shared it because I wasn't even on Twitter. You've seen this one, Anthony?
I've heard about it. I didn't see the video though. I didn't get a chance to watch it. But I want to admit that. Failure comes with a big penalty. Oh crap.
Why don't we off? You know? I do think we've failed in a couple of ways. I want to admit that. Failure comes with a big
I guess it's on a loop now. But yeah.
I thought I took that seriously for a second. I'm like, did he really do that? Like, oh.
So AC Nelson, yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. The look on Joe and Tim, I mean, well done. Great look. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I did see that. And I thought, okay, maybe I should share that. But sometimes if I don't do it like right away, I don't want you guys to be like, okay, well, I'm running out of time, and I wanted to get into this Amnesty, though. Let me see. How can I wrap it in a nutshell? Now I'm going to look for this one, guys. I'm looking at the live chat. This one definitely, I don't want to miss us talking about it live right now. So The Atlantic wrote, let's declare a pandemic amnesty. Let's focus on the future and fix the problems we still need to solve. By Emily Oster. Bitch. Of course, I read it. And Anthony, I recommend you read it because I'm don't want to get into it too much. But of course, you can see like some of the highlights here, the social distancing, the pandemic, the COVID, the vaccines. I read it. I recommend everybody read it. And I recommend people like comment the fuck out of it. But, and not to bash her. Again, I'm not asking her to get banned or canceled or that anybody trolls her. But, and I'm surprised she even had the gall to write this. That's my first thought. In April 2020, with nothing else to do, my family took an enormous number of hikes. We all wore cloth masks that I had made myself. Like a good little girl. I get it. I mean, dude, I was so against it that when it first happened, I'm like, just to go to like Whole Foods, to go to the store, I was like, I literally refused. In fact, I don't think I've ever bought a mask. I have never bought a mask. Never made a fucking mask. I even saw girls. Did you see the whole thing where they were putting bikinis on their nipple, like from their nipple, like triangles, and they're putting it as like masks? Well, here I was. I used a handkerchief that a man gave me years ago. Very, very romantic situation, by the way. He gives me a handkerchief so I can take care of my little bodily functions. I mean, fluid, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, I know. So anyway, it was really nice. Had his initials all. Anyway, so I had that. I was like, oh. I put 2 little rubber bands that I use for my hair on each end, cover my mouth. I looked crazy, stupid, you name it. But I was like, that's it. Just because I have to get food because it's a private business and they can refuse service. And I'm like, but that's how bad my friends, the amount of friends that I've lost, and don't get me wrong, happily and gladly, because of this psychosis that was going on. This, I don't care. Trust me, it was psychotic. It was psychotic when people started talking about mass formation or now I'm forgetting. But people reminded me when I used to translate in mental institutions for mental patients that spoke Spanish and English or vice versa, right? And this is how I saw the world walking out the street. Like mass psychosis formation, something like that it's called. Again, don't get all over me because I'm not saying it right. But the point is I could see it, that everybody was under this hypnosis. And everyone was getting crazy. And I'm like, so yeah, with all the V stuff and the jab, whatever you want to call it, everyone's just, a lot of people in my sphere, they were like, well, you had to, or you lost your job, or, I travel a lot for business, this and that. And I get it, but that's why I'm thinking, oh, let's declare a pandemic amnesty. Like, And we can't talk about the V injuries at all. Nothing happened to nobody ever. There's no such thing as VAERS, and no one's ever going to talk about it. And all the people that are suffering, they can't speak up and they get squashed as soon as they do. People have lost loved ones over this in every way. I'm not talking about the disease. I'm talking about the mental disease that everyone that supported it. And now you want forgiveness. And I'm into God and I believe in forgiveness. In fact, I have had to forgive in order to have a better, happier life. Forgiveness works. It's a great thing. You must do it. Right? Yeah. Like if you want to live and you want to live your best life, you've got to freaking forgive. But this isn't about forgiveness. This is about accountability. Okay, guys, now I'm going to look at the chat. Let me see. Oh, wow, I just discovered that if I did that, I didn't do that on purpose, by the way. Oh!
Oh!
What happened? This is the one. Or this is the one.
Yeah.
Let's get a little more personal here.
Yeah,
all right, my fam. The little Pérez, as AC Nelson would say, Pérez Patriots. I've had a few things. It's so freaking cool. You guys come up with the best stuff. Matter of fact, I need a slogan. Besides, like, welcome to the Olga S. Pérez Show. I'm your host, Olga. And I can't think of something that comes out and rolls out naturally, Like the commentator that's not your usual commentator. But it's got to come out like, But I'm thinking they've been inspiring me, but I don't know. Face diapers. Yes. Just all like, yeah. Face diapers. Meet Joe Black. Kiss my ass with Amnesty bullshit. See, that's what I mean. Like, how awesome is this when people can just talk, be themselves?
Yeah, it's fun.
Frankie Blaze, welcome. Jeff, peace. I guess that's you guys talking to each other. I'm looking for any other Amnesty comments before I head out to my other channel. You're welcome to join me there. I have another guest there, Marissa Armandi, and there's a few things we're going to cover, but she mentioned manifestation. And somehow this whole Amnesty thing with the manifestation, you little shits. I'm telling you, like, I just feel this attitude with this pandemic amnesty thing. It's like, you little shit. The shit that you put us through to this day. And so you get to be the harasser, the abuser, and you walk out of court and you don't have to pay for anything. No alimony, nothing, no, you know, when you sue for like damages, emotional or physical, like what?
Yeah.
No, no, I want fair. I'm not saying I want to persecute them the way they persecuted those that didn't agree with the groupthink and the Maine and the brainwashing, all that shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, no. Talk about Nuremberg. I don't know if you know about the Nuremberg trials, because again,
yeah, I heard some of that.
Yeah,
I heard some of that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Shut up. It's clean house time.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, Anthony, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to peace out. Share some love with my audience that I love so much. You guys are the best.
Hey.
You know, I will watch the replay. Anthony, thank you so much for joining me.
Much love to you. I'll be on Twitch on Adult Mentality right after this, because we're going to talk about the so damn close of Game 5, and then we'll talk about the recap of the Eagles.
Follow Anthony Brown on Twitch if you want to go deeper and more full-fledged Phillies.
Yeah, we're gonna have some picks. We're gonna have some picks too. We're gonna make picks for the NCAA and the rest of the NFL. So come join me on Twitter at 2:00, which right after this. It's your boy.
All right, Anthony. I'm gonna hold on. We are challenged. Wait, this just got out of my hand. I'm like, every time I'm gonna leave, it's like, we challenge. Ye is playing 4D chess. Check this out. He's wanting out of contracts with Gap and Adidas so he can do his own branding.
I agree with that.
I remember seeing something like that. I should have thank you for mentioning this. He gets dropped by them for his remarks. People before
he can get his own brand hits. Yeah. Because I remember Gap and Adidas, they all dropped them. And the Spotify dropped them. Everybody that he had dropped them. So I do.
All right, Anthony, I'm going to close out. I'm going to let you go. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me. Much love.
Thank you.
See you soon. Hey, guys. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed that. Obviously, he was all over me when I was mentioning the whole Phillies things in the last stream, and I was like, yeah. But I did not anticipate that we were going to be in the whole live stream together. But as you can see, we just go with the flow, right? Must have been meant to be. Really hope you enjoyed it. And yes, I do read it takes hours for YouTube to like download, upload, whatever the progress fully load. So sometimes I don't even get to see the live chat replay that same night, which I do look for it. And I'm like, man, when's it coming? And then I do the next morning, and then I'm like, and I copy and paste when you guys do requests, songs, and ideas. I do copy and paste them. Like, I love it. You guys are the best. And by the way, whoever's been saying now, I don't know who it was, but you're totally right. Guys, all your comments have definitely made a difference on subscriptions and views. So, I mean, don't feel bad if you want to give me 5 comments under the same video or, comment on every single video. Like, the comments make a difference. I believe what I read is that Tom had mentioned that, Tom McDonald. So, and now I'm seeing it. So thank you so much for all your love, all your support, whether you like, whether you share, for your coffee. Oh, darn. I'm going to be late for my next stream. I want to do a shout out for the latest coffee, Chad Edwards. But you know what? I didn't see him in the live chat. And, you know, I like to ask you guys if you want me to read your coffee messages. But I definitely know that Knees Joe, I already got a heads up with Knees Joe. So I'm going to share Knees Joe's coffee message for me, for us. You will all have bias, period. They come from life and reflect personal experiences. You made me realize a bias that I had now, and I want to talk about it over coffee. I guess I missed him in the live. He had to go, huh? Moving it from the have, in quote, to the had, in quote, starts with acknowledgement. Oh my God, guys. Only because I'm Russian, or I would have actually pulled it up in my email and screen shared. But here's the, can you see the emojis? No, totally. I don't even know why I'm trying. Maybe I'll share it again another time. But emoji, heart, angel. Really? Angel with wings? Kiss, wink with a heart. Love it. The love hand emoji, heart. And 2 cats. One with a kiss and one with hearts in their eyes. Oh, that's so freaking sweet. Very freaking awesome, man. This is what I wanted. You know, this conversation of, you know, call each other out or step up our game, you know, support each other no matter what. Okay, I need to stop saying So, to be continued. Like I said, I will read the replay chats for the ones that I missed, and I will mention you in the next live stream. But of course, it's best when you're here live with me. Hit that like if you haven't already. Even if I just made you smile. Even if you're pissed at me, hit that like. Subscribe, comment, share. And until next time, much love. Many blessings. And come on. I can almost hear you guys. You know what I'm going to say, right? And until next time, much love, many blessings, and I'll talk to you soon. Because I'm never going to shut up today. Oh my God.